In the last video on the channel, we modeled a 3D object in a way that allowed us to save time. In this video, it won't be very different. The goal is to model something simple, but that will help us understand some features of the FreeCAD workbenches. This time, however, the sketch will be a bit more refined. The idea is to create the design in the PartDesign workbench, so we can choose to start with a document based on that workbench, and a body object will be added to that document. Next, we will create a sketch on the axis plane of the body object. We are automatically in the Sketcher workbench, and the idea here for the V-slot is to design this half of the geometry, because as you can see, the shape of the object allows that. So basically we will need to use the construction line as a symmetry axis in the sketch. This is something that will give us precision in the operations we will perform to reach the final model. Let's start by creating the line that we'll use later as the axis of symmetry. Let's click on this icon here to change the geometries to construction mode, and then let's select the line tool and start our line on the origin axis. Let's use the dimension tool to set the dimensions of this construction line. Let's start by selecting this point here and the vertical axis and set a horizontal distance of 20 millimeters. Next, let's create an angle dimension. Let's select the construction line and the horizontal axis 45 degrees. Let's hide these all dimensions by pressing this icon and change the geometries to normal mode by clicking on this icon, toggle construction geometry. And next, let's select the polyline tool and start our geometry on the vertical axis. Create a vertical line, next the horizontal line, and now this line here. And next the vertical line, horizontal, vertical, horizontal, and vertical again, and next a horizontal line. Escape the tool, and now let's start another geometry here on the construction line. Let's create a vertical line and next a horizontal line in this way. Let's escape the tool, and next let's select the arc from center. Let's click on the origin point and create a base arc. Next, let's click on the construction line and create a base arc in this way. Now let's click on the center point and create a base arc here. Okay, let's skip the tool, and next let's select the line tool and create a base line between these two points and another line between these two endpoints. Skip the tool, and next let's go to Sketcher tools and select fillet. Let's create a fillet here on this corner and a fillet here between these two lines, and another fillet in these two lines here, and a fillet here and here on this corner. So let's escape this tool. Let's select this point here in this way and apply a tangent constraint. Go to Sketcher constraints and click on this icon to apply a tangent constraint. Let's do the same thing for this point here. Tangent. And next, let's select this arc here. Let's select this arc here, this arc, and this one here, and let's apply an equal constraint because they have the same radius. Go to Sketcher constraints and click on this icon to apply equal constraint. Now let's select this arc here, this one, and this arc, and let's apply the same constraint, equal constraint. Next, on the Sketcher constraints, let's select parallel constraint and make this line and this line parallel. Change the geometries to construction geometries and select the line tool, and now let's create a line between this point and this line here, a vertical, a horizontal line. Next, let's create another line here, a vertical line, and another line, a horizontal, and another line, a horizontal line this time. And here, from this point to this line here, let's create a vertical line. The idea of these four construction geometries is to use them as a way to fix the thickness of this model. So we'll select this construction geometry this line, and this line here. And next, let's apply an equal constraint. Go to Sketcher constraints and click on equal constraint, and here we have this 10 degrees of freedom, as you can see. Let's select dimension tool, click on this arc here and click off. The width here must be 0.5, so set this value and then press enter, and here you have this. Next, click on this arc here, click off, and the radius for this arc is 2 millimeters. Okay, and now from this line to this line here, the distance is 1 millimeters. And the thickness of this model is 2 millimeters. So we can click on this line, for example, this construction line, and set 2 millimeters. Now we have 6 degrees of freedom, as you can see. Okay, we can start by selecting this point here and the vertical axis and set a distance of 10 millimeters. And now from this endpoint, from this point to the vertical axis, the distance is 4 millimeters. And now this line here and this line here, the distance is 4 millimeters. Okay, next let's click on this line here and set its length to 3 millimeters, and this arc here, the radius is 3.5. Okay, 1 degree of freedom. What is missing to do is to select this line here and the horizontal axis and set the distance to 20 millimeters. Okay, now if we press this icon 2 times, as you can see, we have this. This sketch is full constrained. As you can see, we can close it without problems. And here we have the sketch on the 3D view, as you can see. The next thing to do is to extrude the sketch here using the pad feature of PartDesign workbench. So with the sketch selected in the 3D view, let's click on the pad tool. Let's reverse the duration of this extrusion in the pad parameters and change its length to something like 40 millimeters. Because as you can see, this is a preview, as you can see here. Let's press OK to finish this, and here we have the free shape of the slot model. Now that we have the free shape of the part, we can perform operations that will allow us to reach the final form of the 3D model. To replicate this half along the y-axis, we need to use the Multi-Transform tool. This is the only transformation tool that allows more than one transformation, so that's why we will use it. So let's go to the 3D view. In the body object, let's select this pad feature, and let's go to the PartDesign Transformation Features toolbar. These all features here, and let's click on this icon, Multi-Transform. On the Multi-Transform parameters, as you can see, we are transforming two shapes. We are transforming this pad feature here, not the body object. Okay, so let's go to transformations and let's add the first mirror transformation. Right click on mouse and select this option, add mirror transformation. And as you can see, it's working fine here, but if you want, we can use the first line that we created as the axis, as the plane for this mirror. To do that, we go to plane and we click on it, and then we select construction line 1. Press OK, and now to replicate this half here, we can use the polar pattern transformation. Okay, let's do that. Go to transformations, right click on mouse and select add polar pattern. And as you can see here, we have 2 occurrences in the y-axis. Okay, let's change here to 4 occurrence, and let's click OK and then OK to finish this feature. And this is the final result. Thank you for watching this video. If you find this video useful, please don't forget to hit like and share this video with your friends. Thank you. I hope to see you in the next video.